Today, I'd like to talk to you about anger. You know, it's an amazing thing how much anger we Americans have inside us. I think today, with the economy the way that is, not really understanding what our government is or isn't doing to help us out in a lot of areas of our lives, or maybe it's just a feeling of being out of control. There's a lot of anger. In fact, some people would say that anger is really depression, being forced outside of oneself. There was a poll that was done pretty recently by the Anger Management Chicago. It was posted January 2nd, 2011. It was an anger management research poll. And what they said was, it's about the daily assault of selfish, inconsiderate behavior that gets under people's skin on the highways, in the office, on TV, in the stores, and a myriad of other places where they encounter fellow Americans. April 3rd, 2002, Deborah Wadsworth, president of the Public Agenda Research Group, reported on abcnews.com. Sports stars publicly display anger and violence on and off the court. We need to ask each other, are these really good role models, especially for the young people who are looking up to them? They beat each other up. People run down each other with their cars. And with baseball, they spit in the umpires' faces sometimes. There's headbutting at basketball, referee, bat throwing, ear biting, and worse. We've all heard these horrible stories. More than 8 out of 10 respondents to a telephone survey said that children today display worse manners than in the past, when the respondents themselves were children. This was due to Rumsey and Research, Detroit News, 2007. I'm sorry, Rumsey and Research, Detroit News, February 7, 2002. You know, in the old days, kids were told to keep a lid on it. But today, all around them, they're more guided by letting it all hang out. It's okay to be aggressive. A lack of good manners among children is a growing problem in the classroom and on the playground. A report to Parents National Association of Elementary School Principals. Between 1985 and 1994, there were 40% increase in murders, rapes, robberies, and assaults. Our youth were responsible for 26% of this growth in violence, and the trend is likely to continue. This is according to the Office of Juvenile Justice Delinquency Prevention. Violence in American youth was the subject of a recent national survey that found 43% of high school and 37% of middle school boys believe it's okay to hit or threaten a person when they're angry. Nearly 1 in 5, 90% of girls, agree. This was stated by the Josephson Institute of Ethics. The same national survey found that 75% of all boys and over 60% of teenage girls said they hit someone in the past 12 months because they were angry. FBI statistics show that the years between 1985 and 1995 saw a 249% increase in gun-related murders committed by juveniles. By 1992, when murder became the second leading cause of death among males, 15 to 24 in the U.S., 75% of those killings involved guns. This was reported in Is Youth Violence Just Another Fact of Life by the American Psychological Association. The number of youth aged 10 to 17 who are arrested for violent crimes could more than double by the year 2010. Well, I don't know if that happens statistically, but that's what it said in this report. So, anger is a huge problem for youngsters and adults alike. And the interesting thing here is that anger is a pretty easy thing to solve using hypnosis. It's a negative emotion, and it creates a state of mind, and states can be resolved like that, as long as you understand how to do it. So how does one go about relieving anger? Well, I would suggest that the first thing one need to do is to realize why you're angry. What are you angry about, and who are you angry with? and take some positive steps to take care of those situations. If there's someone in your life who's making you angry, talk to them about how they're affecting you and why they're affecting you that way, and do it from the I point of view. Not you, but I. I feel this way when I hear you say XYZ to me. It would work much better for me if you would say this instead. If that doesn't work, it's time for you to let go of that person in your life, regardless of who they are, because anger can be deadly. From the hypnotic perspective, we believe that it's the #1 reason why people have heart attacks. So it is something that you really do want to take care of. If you have a job and you're not happy there for whatever reason, see what you can do to change it, or, excuse me, to move into a different job somewhere else. What you need to do is you need to handle the situation to the best of your ability. Because there's no need to stay in a situation that's not working for you. If it's not working for you, I can guarantee it's not working for the people around you either. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to take out a paper and pen, write down all those things that are creating anger in your life, all the people, and make a list. And then alongside of these things and these people, come up with a plan of action so that you can let go of these issues. Learn how to forgive those people who hurt you by having that conversation. And if that doesn't work, well, you can do a little self-hypnosis and get yourself into a pretty good state. Just if you look up high for a little while, you'll feel yourself going into a trance state. And you close your eyes and just imagine yourself with that person and then forgive them. It's really that simple if you choose to allow it to be so. And by doing that, it's not about them, it's about you, letting it go. If it's a job situation or something else that you feel that you're doing that you don't want to do, go ahead and have the conversations you need to have and take the actions you need to. If all of that fails you, by all means, hypnosis is a very easy way to deal with it. It can be gone in a couple of sessions, and all of a sudden you have your life back.